With just days before the start of the Dakar Rally, Audi shows us more and more details of their RS Q e-tron E2. We already took a closer look at the design concept of Audi's Dakar contender last year, and we took a first look at Audi's second generation a couple of months ago. Please check my other videos in the description below for more information on the general layout and Audi's unique drivetrain. But now let's have a closer look at some interesting details we can see about Audi's new Dakar Challenger. Let's start at the front. At the front we can see the package of the two front radiators and their triangular airbox. We can see the front electric motor underneath and the mounting points for the front bodywork. Also we can find the horn here. We could get a good view of their side fans for the front cooling package, and we see the windscreen wiper system underneath the cover. Interesting is also how the front bodywork shields the sensitive parts of the front coilovers from damage. The connector here could be for the front headlights. Let's talk a bit about climatization, because that is a huge challenge during the Dakar Rally. We can see a huge fan in the cabin that blows air through the evaporator and spreads it inside the cabin. At the side of the evaporator we can see the expansion valve, which is necessary to reduce the temperature in the AC system to be able to cool air. This expansion valve is controlled by a thermo element, similar to a thermostat in a cooling system. Modern versions of this are controlled electronically, but that increases complexity. Here they use the simple, bulletproof TXV, thermo expansion valve. The condenser for the system is one of the radiators in front. Audi shows the different cooling systems in this picture. You can see the AC unit, the low temperature circuit for the three electric motors, the high temperature water cooling for the combustion engine, and the intercooler system. The only thing that is missing here is the battery cooling. Audi also provided some CFD pictures that we can analyze. Here we can see the difference between the 2022 and 2023 model. As I pointed out in my previous video, the roof scoop got a bit smaller, the windscreen steeper, and it looks like the spare wheel position is slightly further forward. The bodywork is completely new and the shoulder line much lower. Here we see how the hot air is exiting the car, and we can see how the air flows around the car. It looks like they did these simulations without rotating wheels. The next interesting picture shows us how they managed the front wheel wake on last year's car. And the next picture shows us the flow around the 2023 car. The lines are colored by speed, which means that red shows you higher speed and hence lower pressure. We can see that, unsurprisingly, the low pressure peaks are on the roof and on the roof scoop. Although Audi got rid of their strong shoulder line, the dirty front wheel wake does not hit the side windows. The complex front fender is making sure of that. At the uncovered side of the car we can see the bracket for the spare wheel, the low temperature water hoses, the rear fans for water radiator and intercooler. To test the cooling systems, Audi was blanking cooling intakes and practicing desert stages. Even under these conditions the cooling was fine, because the strong fans can drag enough air through. Speaking of blanking, the hole at the top are the cockpit outlets. During testing, Audi was blanking them to have a warmer cabin. At the back of the car we can see exactly the same arrangement as last year. The gap between roof and roof scoop is used for damper and rear brake cooling. We can see the two large cooling outlets, the four desert boards underneath, and a rubber-like layer that Audi is using to protect their rear wishbones. Also we can see a linear potentiometer to measure suspension travel. So it looks like we have a strong contender for the Dakar Rally win here. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.